All praises due to the Most High, family. We back with another basketball breakdown. The final installment. Dang, family. Dang. I was holding out hope until the end. And it just didn't go our way, family. But so I just wanted to come on, wrap up the series, give some flowers and, some hopes for the future. Really quick, family. I'm not gonna keep you too long with this one. This being the finale of this series. But we are on a journey, family, to 100 YouTube subscribers. I feel like this series helped us make a lot of ground. I think when I started the series, we was only at like 40-something subscribers. Now I think we're at basically at 80 right now. So help us out, family. It's free to subscribe. So if you're watching this and not subscribed, go ahead and help us out. Hit that subscribe button, family. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, family. The New York Knicks are the 2026 NBA champions. And they eliminate the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games in dominant fashion. Family. Now, off top, I want to, and I'm not the first person saying this. I know I'm not the only person saying this, but I know there is a large portion of NBA fans that think the NBA Cup, the mid-season championship, is like fake and doesn't matter and is like, just like a money grab or whatever. Family, look, the past 2 years, I believe, the NBA Cup champion, it was the NBA champion. And at least this year, the NBA Cup final was our NBA Finals matchup, right? So it is, although it's not the end-all be-all, it is, especially if you care about the regular season being more interesting than it used to be, or than it is current, or than it recently was, then you should be a fan of the NBA Cup. But so I just wanted to say that out the gate. The NBA Cup winners in the New York Knicks were also your NBA Finals champions, right? So what a year for the New York Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan, but there's something gratifying about seeing the Knicks progress every year through the playoffs and it finally culminating in a dominant playoff run. I mean, of course, I was rooting for the Spurs, and so it hurt to be on the other side of that. But let's be honest, family. They won 13 games, 12 or 13 games straight. Just in the finals, they overcame a double-digit deficit in every game. They overcame 33-point deficit against the Cavs in game 1, and the Cavs they quit after that. The series was decided after that 33-point rally in game 1, right? The Sixers, who I thought when they beat the Celtics, I thought they had a little something to bring to the playoffs. The Knicks wrapped that up in short order. So is this the best? Is this one of the best teams that we've ever seen? Maybe, but this, without a doubt, is the most dominant 3 months of basketball we've ever seen. The most dominant 20-25 games of basketball we've ever seen. The most magical basketball we've ever seen over a 20 to 25 game stretch, family. All of those deficits that they overcame, right? all of the beautiful offense that they displayed, all of the lockdown defense and grit that they showed. Man, congrats to Mike Brown, because this is a man who won a championship with LeBron and everybody gave him no credit. This is a man who was an assistant and won championships with Golden State. And finally, here he is, again winning a championship as a head coach. But now there is no question what he brought to the table and how he contributed, right? So congrats to Mike Brown, because that is and has been a good coach. Big Cat. Who am I happy to see win on the Knicks? Jalen Brunson, of course. Big Cat, of course. OG Anunoby. I believe this is his second ring he won with the Raptors. Wow. Who else is on the Knicks? Jordan Clarkson, right? San Antonio native. Wow. I think this is also his second championship. I think he has one with the Bubble Lakers. I think is Jordan Clarkson's first ring. So, although I would have rather seen the Spurs win, this was a great season for the NBA. This is a great playoffs for the sport of basketball. With someone like Jalen Brunson winning the Finals MVP, it's not quite the Steph Curry effect, because that's not his game, is shooting crazy threes and from unlimited distance. But this gives hope to the average sized basketball player again. He's scoring over Wemby, no problem. So there's something to learn from Jalen Brunson, and there's something positive that he gave the sport of basketball, in that there are ways and tricks and tactics and techniques that you can employ to score and impact a basketball game when you're the shortest on the court, when there are players that are literally 1.5 feet taller than you, right? So for the sport of basketball, I'm happy about that. The Mecca has a championship again. I don't like droughts. It's not that we got to give sports are meritorious. You got to go and take yours. But droughts, especially these crazy long droughts, end up putting pressure on players who had nothing to deal with, who had nothing to do with who started the drought or who's, I don't know if I'm articulating that right, but who doesn't like to see a drought ended? I'm sitting here and I see Jalen and his dad, Rick Brunson, on the screen celebrating. And so that's cool too. Man. What a ride this playoffs was. I'm going to be a little bit bored until football is back. I'm going to be watching a little bit of baseball. I'm going to be watching some of the World Cup. But these don't hold the same place in my heart as football and basketball do. But I'm gonna be held over for a little bit. Let me know. I might do some content on some baseball and some soccer. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. But family, I'm gonna go ahead and log out. This is the wrap to our basketball breakdown series, the 2026 edition. So all praises to the Most High, and peace and love, family.